Oh, are we still streaming, guys?
Your soul, bro, feels so good when you pray 5 times a day, bro. It really does feel good. I cannot explain it, bro. As soon as I started praying 5 times a day, my life changed, bro. I can't leave the house without praying 5 times a day. It's so beautiful, bro.
Welcome to iOS 8.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're doing that, but it doesn't
try
seem
it, dude. Like, try it out.
It doesn't seem to have much of a bearing on your actual life, the way that you act. Is prayer enough when you're not actually changing the way you live?
You know, I actually have changed the way I live. I mean, I stopped doing this.
But you're messaging OnlyFans models and asking them to go out to bars with you. That doesn't sound very...
When are we going to dance, love?
When are we going to dance, love?
Shit.
We're going down to Barley's. What was it? You got that one? Why are we taking
Beautiful, I just got off work. Let's go dancing at Barley's.
Why are we taking OnlyFans models to Barley's?
Man, hey, let me talk to the bald guy because he was talking a lot of shit, bro, and I didn't get to talk to him.
You want to go in, Dan?
Can I talk to him real quick?
He doesn't want to talk to you. He's half Jewish, by the way.
Guy. What a shy guy.
His dad is Jewish,
boy.
and he's
shy boy.
Didn't you say your dad is Jewish?
Welcome.
Honey, what's going on? You're freaking out. You're crashing out, honey. How long is this gonna be the thing? Can somebody tell me? Somebody sell me on this. What's like? Tell me like give me like 2 things to be excited about. Like, how does it make your life better? What's like a thing where you're like, oh, cool, I got AI on my phone now.
Except you can't 15 Pro or one of the new iPhone 16 models to get those Apple Intelligence tools. While you wait, there are still lots of really useful, though hidden, new...
Here's like the only 3 things that I care about on iPhone. There's 1, give me the ability to archive texts. God, that would be so nice. Number 1. Number 2, make the notifications better, but that'll never happen, I guess, because iPhone losers don't complain about the notifications. And number 3, let me group icons on my home screen, or let me group them on my whatever the fuck you call the background shit without it looking gross. Like, let me make a custom icon for grouped apps or whatever. Okay. Google Gemini AI is pretty much a worse version of Google Assistant. LLMs on phones are bad. I just don't care. World of Warcraft drama. Asmongold calls out Pyromancer for vaguely calling him out for inciting harassment against female equity and representation in the WoW community.
Me again. The trouble with quitting your job is how little that job then pays you. As a result, I've found myself thrust back into the working world. For those of you unfamiliar with courier and logistics services, I shall give a brief explanation. My task is to take these boxes, put them in the back of my van, drive the van to various predetermined locations, remove a box, or as many boxes that have been determined to be removed at that specific location, ring the doorbell, wait no more than 5 seconds before leaving it behind a bin, or some other suitably...
Okay. Before I say anything, I just want to say, whoever's helping her, whoever's coaching her, whoever's the puppet master running the strings, you did a fucking amazing job.
She did a great job.
They did an amazing job from the moment Biden drops out, forcing Biden to drop out. Right, whatever they're doing, whoever's writing those speeches, getting her to deliver them, coaching her, she's nailing it. She nailed that one speech. She's like, say it to my face. Everybody's cheering.
Yeah, she nailed it, dude.
And then last night, to me, when I was like, oh my God, this is jujitsu, where she's like, if you go to his rallies, his crowds are boring, they're tired, they all leave her. My crowds are the best crowds. I have the #1 crowd. He couldn't help himself.
And she got him. She baited him on that. She walked him right into it.
100%. 100%. See, the difference in that debate was not a difference in like who's going to have better policies, who's going to be better for the country. The difference in the debate, in my opinion, was who was better prepared. She was way better prepared. And even when it came to answering tough questions, instead of answering, she would just say things that she believes.
Yeah, sure.
And they sounded real good.
Yeah,
and that's the sound.
Wow. Joe Rogan figures out how all politicians talk.
My opinion was who was better prepared. She was way better prepared. And even when it came to answering tough questions, instead of answering, she would just say things that she believes.
Yeah, sure.
And they sounded
This is how Trump talks all the time, by the way.
real good.
Yeah,
and that's the sound.
I don't know why, but somebody linked me something, and I was scrolling through Trump's website, and I was looking at the policy platform because I was like, I wonder how like dumb these are. First of all, Jesus Christ. But I was like scrolling through some of this. Dedication to the forgotten men and women of America. This is just like such retarded shit. Chapter 4, bring back the American dream and make it affordable again for families, young people, and everyone. Our commitment. Republicans offer a plan to make the American dream affordable again. We commit to reducing housing, education, and healthcare costs while lowering everyday expenses and increasing opportunities. Okay. 1. Housing affordability. To help new home buyers, Republicans will reduce mortgage rates. How? By slashing inflation. Okay. Slashing inflation? Wait, so did the Biden admin increase, did they increase the inflation rates? They just raised it? We're going to raise inflation today? You're going to lower inflation? Okay. Open limited portions of federal lands to allow for new home construction? Where are these federal lands that are reserved that people want to go and build homes on? What are we, Yosemite? Or the Grand Canyon? What do we, I know there are federal lands all across the U.S., but Montana? Where? Arizona? Yeah, where are we going? But, okay. Promote home ownership through tax incentives and support for first-time homebuyers and cut unnecessary regulations that raise housing costs. Why is regulations capitalized here? Why are tax incentives? Why is this capitalized? What do we, okay. Accessible higher education. To reduce the cost of higher education, Republicans will support the creation of additional, drastically more affordable alternatives to a traditional four-year college degree. What? Affordable healthcare. Healthcare and prescription drug costs are out of control. Republicans will increase transparency, promote choice and competition. Why are we capitalizing random words? And expand access to new affordable healthcare and prescription drug options. How? We will protect Medicare and ensure seniors receive the care they need without being burdened by excessive costs. Okay. Lower everyday costs. Republicans will reduce the regulatory burden, lower energy costs, and promote economic policies that drive down the cost of living and prices for everyday goods and services. What is this? An AI made this? Compared to Kamala's policies on her site. Okay, well, we have a home ownership one. Took on the big banks. Vice President Harris put forward a comprehensive plan to build 3 million more rental units and homes that are affordable to end the national housing supply crisis in her first term. She will cut red tape to make sure we build more housing faster and penalize firms that hoard available homes to drive up prices for local home buyers. Legislation to outlaw new forms of price fixing by corporate landlords. And then promote first-time home buyers up to $25,000. There's 4 things listed in here. I think most of these are dumb, but hey, at least she's listing stuff. What does she have for Social Security? Making millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share in taxes. Based. But it doesn't really say much. How have you been? How's Tricks? What is Tricks? Student debt relief for almost 5 million borrowers. Investments in HBCUs, tribal colleges, Hispanic serving institutions, other minority serving. Increase the maximum Pell Grant award. COP28. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, some global conference or whatever. Read about the leaked memos from Roberts or the immunity thing. The Democrats' full plan is 92 pages. Oh, where's the full plan? Republicans will protect Medicare's finances from being financially crushed by the Democrats' plan to add tens of millions of new illegal immigrants to the rolls of Medicare. Tens of millions of new illegal immigrants to the... How? What? Okay. Did you ever figure out that Blackmagic camera driver shit? Oh yeah, I just installed the dumbass software and it worked. Holy fuck, this is a long one. We're gonna go over Forethought and Kelly Jean fighting. I don't know anything about what those two are fighting about, so I don't really care that much. I don't get involved in any of Forethought's personal dramas, and I sure as fuck don't want to get involved in any of Kelly's personal dramas.
Added me on Twitter with this headline from... A few days ago, someone added me on Twitter with this headline from the FT about how Masayoshi-san compared himself to both Jesus Christ and the Beatles. Now, I don't know why anyone would send me an article like this, as this is neither a theology channel nor is it an entomology channel. I have no way of judging the accuracy of either of these claims. I'm going to guess that they're true, as there's no reason that Masayoshi-san would lie about something like this. He possibly is a lot like Jesus Christ, but maybe instead of making the comparison himself, he should just grow a beard, get some sandals, dress all in white, and then let other people bring it up. That's what I would do in such a situation. His name is San, so who knows? Definitely not me. I read the article anyway, which I'm fairly sure was meant for some other Patrick Boyle.
Oh, Turav, I'm 1,000,000,000,000%. Oh my god, I'm still in that comment. Wait, there was a tweet today that said that the shooter didn't actually even get to shoot. Hold on. Oh god. Oh man, where is it?
Well, I googled, and there are a few priests and at least one entomologist with the same name as me. It seems that Sun said that Jesus and the Beatles, who I have since learned were a band, it's not the kind of music that I cover here, but he said that Jesus was also misunderstood and criticized, and went on to say that the Beatles weren't initially popular either. Now, like I said, I'm not a theologist, nor am I Rick Beato. It's not for me to decide if the Beatles were initially popular. I hadn't even heard of them till a few minutes ago when I googled them, so I'm sure that Sun is right. They're probably an underground band, never much appreciated in their time, much like SoftBank. Sun did tell the FT that the SoftBank Vision Fund would tackle the biggest challenges and risks facing humanity today, which strikes me as being extremely noble. I think that Jesus would probably do the exact same thing if he was running a large venture capital fund. And that really is the great thing about venture capital and tech bros in general. There are other people out there who make fun of them, but without them, who would be looking out for humanity? The kind of people who do make fun of tech bros often forget the historical context around some of the big innovations that were backed by VC firms like SoftBank. Naysayers will say, for example, that shared office spaces have been around forever, but many people my age will remember that pre-2010, the biggest challenge and risk facing humanity was the lack of IKEA furniture and free beer available in the shared office spaces. When Adam Newman and his firm WeWork arrived on the scene, dressed all in white and barefoot, Masayoshi saw the light and funded this remarkable tech startup. I think there was also an app, but that might not have worked. Sure, sometimes technology looks like two bicycle mechanics building the first airplane in a shed, but other times it looks like a beer tap in the office and an app on your phone so that you can complain when the beer is run out. The path of innovation is often not clear. Sometimes we can come up with ideas only to learn that someone else came up with that idea already, like when David Bowie accidentally ripped off the main riff of Ice Ice Baby. Here's a clip of David explaining.
Ding 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 ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding 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 ding. That little bitty change. It's not the same.
Silicon Valley tech bros have occasionally, not unlike David Bowie, come up with ideas that already existed. They're well known for repeatedly inventing the bus. Famous examples are Lyft, who announced a service they called Lyft Shuttle, which would be cheaper than a taxi and run on pre-designated routes, picking passengers up and dropping them off at regular stops, like a bus. Uber even launched a service which allowed riders to save money by waiting for their Uber at a pre-arranged stop, share it with strangers, and get dropped off at any point along a predetermined route. That was a bus too. Elon Musk announced his idea for a bus on Twitter. He called it the Boring Company Urban Loop system, saying that it would have thousands of small stations the size of a single parking space that would take you very close to your destination and blend seamlessly into the fabric of a city, rather than a small number of big stations like a subway.
Wasn't there, do you remember the videos of this? It wasn't called the Hyperloop, right? What was it called? Was it called the Hyperloop? Was this the one where your car was going to drive into it, or was this something different?
Virgin Hyperloop One are on track to achieve their bold ambition of bringing a Hyperloop system into operation by 2021.
Nothing ever came of this, right?
Originally formed in 20 pods, developing a full end.
Vegas has a loop. Is this Hyperloop thing? Was that Elon's?
So Elon Musk and his Boring Company are doing God's work. Their invention, the innovative loop, is going to define cities and city planning for decades, perhaps centuries to come. I mean, moving people fast in tunnels from point A to point B, it's an unheard of concept. No one has thought about this before, obviously. But unfortunately, Elon Musk seems to have run into some difficulties with the loop's construction, which resulted in two major scale downs of the concept. At first, it was imagined as a 200 miles per hour guide wheel system where cars go on sleds. Also, these pods, which have their own wheels. And then this was scaled down, I guess, to the guidance system, to this guide wheel solution, which unfortunately for some reason also didn't work out. Honestly, I have no idea why. Perhaps this guide wheel system is presently too advanced for human civilization to accomplish. And so we are at the paved tunnel concept, presented to us in a flashy Boring Company video. And here I have to stop and say, Elon, wait, I have figured something out here. That's right, I'm gonna fix your loop, buddy. I have a big brain just like you, so let's unify our brain capacities to work something out here, okay? All right, so I think you need to go back to the guide wheel system because the paving, paving a tunnel and then running regular cars in it at high speeds brings with it the problem of high tire wear, which will significantly drive up maintenance maintenance costs, and it will be generally an inconvenience, which we don't want. So instead, let's stick with the guideways, I would say. I can see that the sleds and the pods have their own wheels, and they're kind of like guided on one rail, but I have a better idea. How about we have a double innovative reinforced steel and concrete high-tech guideway to guide the pods, and instead of having rubber wheels on them, we can put steel wheels on them so they can actually glide on these high-tech dual steel guideways. Steel is much more durable and will be able to achieve much smoother rides at much lower maintenance costs. And so now let's talk about the layout of the whole system. Elon, you've proposed a lot of small elevators all over the city, but I would say within the cities there are distinct areas where a lot of people want to go. So I say let's try and concentrate the exits in these areas. Now the car elevators are a very nice idea. However, those are multiple points of failure on your system, meaning more chance for mistakes, breakdowns, etc. So what if we didn't actually bring the vehicle to the surface, but we take the people down on these AI-controlled, automated, self-moving hyperstairs, I call them. All right, so now people are being whisked down the high-tech passenger pods in these clusters.
Okay, don't care. Is this video worth watching? Adam, something videos are usually worth watching? Yeah, I know. We've watched that one already. Years ago. Only old fans, ancient Destiny fans from all the way 3 years ago would remember that. How are you doing after your break? I'm doing great. Me and Dan spent 10 hours yesterday making everything all nice and cute. I have one issue with my A380 that I don't understand, which is that sometimes it won't let me run both monitors at 4K at 60 FPS. Dan says that some graphics cards just can't drive two monitors at that, but I feel like every ordinary graphics card should be able to do it. But then today it just magically started doing it. I don't know why.
Well, as you descend the escalator into the loop station, you see the Teslas waiting to whisk you into a tunnel 43 feet below ground. Now, you might think, all right, it's like a subway.
How much power are you supplying? It's like a 750 watt power supply now.
But this is more like a highway underground. And because it's Las Vegas, this is also a thrill ride.
Wait, so is the Hyperloop in Vegas owned by Elon Musk's Boring Company, or is this like a different thing? Well, I've been to Vegas so many times. I've never heard of this before. Does it do people use this frequently, or? It doesn't exist anymore. It was for ES. If I got stuck in a tunnel like this, I would kill myself. Holy shit. Do you think one of the HDMI display ports in your specific monitor card might be a really old version? No, it seems to be when I plug in the third monitor, sometimes I just my one monitor gets limited to 30 hertz. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's like the A380s are weird about that, or I don't know. But now it's working, so fuck it. Notice the zero ventilation they have down there? No, it's impossible. This has to be a ventilated tunnel. There's got to be some city code or something. Even for basements and buildings, I imagine there has to be some code. Otherwise, you would suffocate. Carbon dioxide, I think, isn't CO2 heavier than oxygen? Everybody down here would just die, no? Yeah, true. I literally only know that because of oxygen not included. Do you ever feel that American cities are lacking in trains compared to European cities? Yeah, of course. House has a chat with another doctor's patient. Oh, this is the one where the kid is sitting there and he says a few things and there's a doctor telling him there's not a problem, and then House is like reading a newspaper and then he's like, actually, that's my patient. Because he takes him on because he knows he's got a significant problem.
Your mom's blood alcohol was 0.12, 10:30 in the morning.
I gave it to her. 2 ounces of vodka, it cools her out. But that's first since Monday. That was 3 days ago. I've been real careful.
2 ounces of vodka gets you to 0.1. What's the legal limit? Is it 0.08 or is it 0.8? Wouldn't that be a really high BAC for 2 ounces of vodka?
His voices. She's schizophrenic.
Wait, hold on. How many ounces in a shot? What is a jigger? Is that what they call? It's the thing they pour shots with? Oh, I know what that looks like. It's the little thing that with the whoosh, they whoosh like that, right? They go whoosh, whoosh, like that.
Hello.
Wow. Okay. Somebody said this was worth watching. You might.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Okay. Hold on. Wait. You gotta give me one. You have to give me just this one. I really, truly do feel this one. Hold on. Just a little bit, right? Wait.
2 months ago, DrDisrespect.
God damn it, I ruined it. Does this guy look like he could be a little bit related to Willie Mack? They kind of sound, they've got like a similar cadence-ish. White guy, facial hair. Voice.
Have handled this entire 2 months ago, DrDisrespect was eating a cupcake.
I'm gonna eat my cupcake and I'm gonna celebrate. Nothing you're gonna do about it. I was actually coming out here to social media.
Upon his return, he would say that he purposely made himself look like a bait journalist. He's been playing chess this whole time.
You also.
Mark Cuban wants to buy Twitter/X. Epic. It is really sad what Elon has done to it. Holy shit. I can't believe he destroyed this platform so much. I wonder how much money he's going to end up losing on it by the time he actually parts ways with it. Is there a video of you talking with Laura Loomer? No, I think she just DM'd me a long time ago when I was debating Milo or something. Or maybe it was, maybe it was, I think it was Andrew Tate and them. It might have been somebody else, I don't remember. What possible reason would he have to part ways with it? Well, Elon took out a ton of debt to buy this company, right? And he's making really big yearly payments on that debt. Isn't he having to liquidate a lot of his Tesla shares in order to service the debt? I'd have to go look up what the payments are, but men without women in their lives. Oh, men without a woman in their life. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. An indoor chain link fence. All right? Strapped, got feet, adjustable height, sharp.
Isn't X profitable now? Is it? I seriously doubt that. Is it? Is there a source on that?
Points on top. Already cut a little bit. Had my tetanus shots. Don't DM me. Indoor chain link fence. Name another guy. A police precinct got one in Winslow, Maine. And I'm not a cop. Indoor chain link fence. You love to see it. Nobody else got it. Just me, baby. Save your sneakers, save your Supremes, your Rolexes, your Lamborghinis. I don't need any of that. Indoor chain link fence. Little rusty up and at the top. Coated in rubber. Age proof. Indoor chain link fence.
Okay. I don't know what the purpose of that fence is, but... Jesus Christ. What is this?
Found two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese.
I mean, it happens. Jesus Christ.
Found two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking.
What could he have even... I'm trying to think of what he could have even been thinking about to try to think where his mind was. Christ. Migrants, but that sounded like an M, no? Am I...
Found two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian
Oh, it could have been an M. It might have been. It's hard to tell. Maybe?
Calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese. Found
maybe. That's if we're trying to be... His mouth made the M shape?
Two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian
maybe. Okay, stop. We're not doing this right now. Okay. Let me going. It feels like Tim Walz cannot possibly be real, which I think is why Republicans keep trying to find something about him that is evil or bad, but I just feel like here's this man who's masculine without being weirdly alpha, who hunts, who shoots, who is a teacher, who is a veteran. He's just a good dad, a great husband. He believes in the nation. He's not trying to be president. He doesn't have bigger ambitions, and he's happy to be second banana to a woman. It's like you made him in a lab as the perfect candidate.
Because that house becomes a home. To some of these folks, you're a real estate mogul, venture capitalist, whatever, that's just an asset to be traded and sold to whoever you want. For us, it's a place we gather around the kitchen table to talk to our kids about what happened at school. That's what Kamala Harris wants for you.
The kitchen table, guys.
Bailouts.
Yes.
It's our children, our poor children.
Gregory, when you come home, open your post office box and
they do post office box. Do they do kitchen table bills around the table, or
find
is it just PO
a
box
huge
here?
stack of bills? It's discouraging. It's because bills are such a discouraging thing to find when you open your post office box.
The post office.
And that.
Wait, 48-second mark.
Many of which will not become apparent for years to come. The long and short of it is that things are going to get bad before they get better.
I actually don't think the situation is quite so grim. I think that the economy actually is on the rebound.
Yeah, I agree. I don't believe in this gloom and doom stuff. I think that the future is very bright. Right. Yeah. As long as we all pull up our bootstraps.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, I did not mean to say...
Did you just say a random time in the video, or? Good one.
What she wants for you.
So teenage boys may have sat around and created their version of weird science, but this is the weird science that America wants, huh?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I would have worn a bra on my head to make this man too. I really felt like, truly, when this man came along, and he was my choice, I was hoping they would choose him from the beginning. It feels like he cannot possibly be real, which I think is why the Republicans keep trying to find something about him that is evil or bad or weird, or, they tried to make Tampon Tim.
Bro, I think this was yesterday. This quote is just unreal. I feel like have we hit rock bottom? Or do we need, maybe we need an N-word slur? That's rock bottom?
The mayor, other local officials have said there's just no evidence of what you're saying, that it's baseless, those claims. Can you just make your argument about immigration?
It was this.
Just once and for all, you again started this in part by saying that, which Donald Trump repeated on the debate stage, that, and he didn't say anything about the policies that you're talking about. He just said Haitians are eating dogs and cats. Can you affirmatively say now that that is a rumor that has no basis with evidence?
Dana, the evidence is the first-hand account of my constituents who are telling me that this happened. And by the way, I've been trying to talk about the problems in Springfield for months, and the American media ignored it. There was a congressional hearing just last week of angel moms who lost children because Kamala Harris let criminal migrants into this country who then murdered their children. The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people.
What are you thinking? Why would you even, how can this combination of words even fall from your lips?
Talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. You had one interview with her. You talk about pushing back against me, Dana. You didn't push back against the fact that she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which is why a lot of Americans can't afford food and housing.
You just said that you're creating a story.
Public policy.
Sorry, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created. So that the eating dogs and cats thing is not.
Dana, it comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it. I didn't create 20,000 illegal migrants coming into Springfield thanks to Kamala Harris's policies. Her policies did that, but yes, we created the actual focus.
I know it's popular on a lot of corners of the left to say that we have a both sides problem. And I'm not going to say we're always perfect. I'm not going to say that conservatives always get things exactly right. But you know the big difference between conservatives and liberals is that no one has tried to kill Kamala Harris in the last couple of months, and 2 people now have tried to kill Donald Trump in the last couple of months. I'd say that
just as a heads up, and I don't know if the Kamala campaign is leaning into this or not. There have been several really large things. We just don't talk about it because we're just used to conservatives just being fucking insane, like being terrorists, right? Like, Kamala Harris was 20 feet from a live pipe bomb on January 6th that was in the grass, right? Like 20 feet from where she was walking. That was found by the Secret Service. That pipe bomb was live. The Gretchen Whitmer plot, okay, involved a group of conservatives that were willing to go through with a plan to abduct the fucking governor of Michigan. It's unhinged, okay? The Proud Boys, and the Oath Keepers made sophisticated plans via Signal to break into the Capitol building and kick people out and hold it down for as long as possible. The Proud Boys were the first people to break in to the Capitol building. Without them there might not have ever been a riot inside the building itself. There was another guy that we just don't talk about anymore. I guess we just expect conservatives to have no standards. There was an insane fucking guy who mailed, or at least tried to mail, bombs to politicians. That we don't talk about any of these people. We just don't talk about any of these people. This was a story for like 3 days, and then we just moved on. But
that's pretty strong evidence that the left needs to tone down the rhetoric and needs to cut this crap out. Somebody's going to get hurt by it, and it's going to destroy this country. Somebody is going to get hurt, and you think about what an incredible wound it would open up in the United States of America, all of us. And I promise I will do my part to tone down the rhetoric, but in particular,
the Paul Pelosi guy.
The people telling you that Donald Trump needs to be eliminated, you guys need to cut it out or you're going to get somebody hurt. And I know it's popular.
A reminder that Kamala Harris called for the murder of President Trump. In an Ellen interview from 2018, these clips have aged very poorly, just like Kamala Harris.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
This happens again and again and again on the left. I am sick.
Why wasn't the guy, this was in 2018. How is it possible if Democrats are the ones making all these threats? Why did that guy mail pipe bombs, or not pipe bombs? No, they were pipe bombs to Democratic people. What's happening here? What's going on here? Is the cop in the wrong here? Oh, hell yeah. Cop videos? Somebody said, why can't they just bite the bullet and say they were wrong? Why double down? Because this is like the entirety of the conservative media agenda now. They don't talk about anything in reality anymore. Now it's you find one fictitious thing and then you blow it the fuck up. And then when you get called out on the fictitious thing, you go, well, isn't it bad enough that we even believed this? When we did remember when we did the debate with Lauren Southern and the Bongers, and it was like, hey, this story was originally based on like a total fucking lie. You know that, right? And they're like, yeah, but it's not about that. It's about like the larger trend of things. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure this blew up initially because of this story. And then that one guy was like, we didn't target the mosque. It was actually across the street. And it just happened to be the building next to us. Really? That just...
This officer is trying to unlock my car. This officer is unlocking my car. They just illegally entered my car. And I'm being forcefully removed. Take a look at me.
Okay, so he's already probably been told to get out of the car for whatever reason we don't know. Video's starting right now.
We're fucking specimen right here, buddy. Sir, I'm in no... on my last My hands are up on camera. All right. I'm in no threat. You're going to get your ass whooped in front of Lord and all creation.
That was a stupid thing for the cop to say.
I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm being threatened. You can bring that with you. I'll let you film the whole thing. I'm being threatened right now. I'm giving you a chance. I am not doing anything. I'm giving you a chance. I feel unsafe, and I'm in no threat to these three officers. My hands are up. I'm doing nothing wrong to anybody or anything. Making sure this is all recorded. I've just been threatened by a lawful officer. I've just been threatened by a law officer as two other officers stand by and say absolutely nothing. Willing to participate. My passenger door was open. My driver door was open. I have it on camera. He rolled my window down to do so. I'm giving you to the count 3. Sir, I'm still giving you on camera. I am not resisting. I'm making sure it is being known. I am not resisting. Okay. My hands are up. One hand on this camera. My seatbelt is being arrested. I'm not resisting. I was unlawfully. Sir, please do not touch me, sir. Keep your phone out. Sir, please do not touch me.
Oh my God, this cop was so gentle. He even moved his little arm for the seatbelt after making an unhinged comment.
Being arrested.
Look at him.
I'm not resisting. I was unlawfully. Sir, please do not.
Is he gonna carry him out? Oh man.
Touch me, sir. Keep your phone out. Sir, please do not touch me. See, that's where we're coming to a disagreement. I'm giving you to the count of 3. Sir, do it. I'm not touching this officer.
What is happening here?
It's on camera. My hand is by my head. I'm being threatened. Now you're under arrest. Now you're under arrest for disobeying the law of an officer. I'm giving you to the count of 3. This officer has threatened me, and I'm making it known I am no.
I feel like that's a pretty ideal standard for cops to act. Now, telling somebody you're gonna kick their ass as a police officer, you're never supposed to kick somebody's ass, right? You might have to do like painful non-compliance or whatever the like that can happen, but you're not just like beating somebody's ass. Or why do people act so negative EV in these cop situations? I don't get it. Well, because you're trying to get a YouTube video out of it, right?
No threat to this officer. I've been threatened. My life is in danger. My life is in danger.
How do you like that? How do you like that? Huh? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. Yes, you are. Sir, you are harming me. You are harming me.
Okay, well, I can't see what else happens, so. What is this? The apprentice search is over. The apprentice search is over. Here's a breakdown of how it went. We had 462 applicants, including past and current founders, engineers and creators, people from the CIA, White House, a rabbi, and a nun. What was this for? Test scores and writing skills were overall quite high, as was the level of agency. People created videos, websites, and other artifacts make their applications out of. We read every response from every applicant. We did not consider people who sent messages or got intros, but didn't take the time to complete the application. My co-founder, Alexashenko, did the initial screening interview. 70 people got a first round interview, 5 got a second round, and 3 became finalists. We also asked the final few to complete a detailed case study about defending AI companies from common attacks. It was like an apprenticeship in PR. She's really popular and on some boards. They're a tech PR firm. Read the graph, read the graph, read the graph. Why? Came in a fluffer. Wait, so was this whole thing real and they just made, like, they threw in one Ayla meme, or is this entire thing just a meme for this graph? I think it's the first, okay. I think it's serious, they just made a little meme, okay.
At a certain point, the results matter. But they want you to believe them now. When they say, and by the way, now we'll make sure the rhetoric is turned down. Now all this violence that, by the way, happens to be aimed at largely conservatives here in this country, certainly our political opponent, we'll be able to fix it. Elect us, even though we've been in power for a very long time, and certainly the last few years, and we'll make sure that goes away. What does that mean? That means you'll be silenced. The media has tried to make this claim now. They kind of move on from he may be a Trump supporter to, whether it's true or not, Donald Trump's the one who created this climate.
Today's apparent assassination attempt comes amid increasingly fierce rhetoric on the campaign trail itself. Mr. Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio.
Who's responsible for this? The whole thing has yet to be 100% confirmed from start to finish how this all played out. But do you expect to hear anything from the Trump campaign about toning down the rhetoric, toning down the violence, or would that be atypical of
violence? President Trump sort of verged on blaming.
Okay. How's Crowder doing? I feel like I haven't heard. I feel like he kind of dropped off after the Daily Wire feud.
And if you were an American president, what would you do?
First of all, I would start removing bureaucracy so there was less spendings. That's the first thing I would do.
You'd remove bureaucracy?
Yes. No, not remove everything, but cut it down to a bare minimum. Then I would start doing things that I would see longer-term benefits, like, for example, educate the people. Wow. Maybe bring up health a little bit. And then I would start maybe... Like, I'm not
dental plans for everyone?
That isn't normal. That almost no country has it.
I think the number one change America should make is make every police officer wear a body cam.
So your first thing you do is bring up the health of people and then make them smarter?
Yeah.
But you know why? Because that will eventually be like a circle, right? When you have more educated, healthier people, they will do better. And when they do better, more money will be earned for the country. Which will... Everything grows.
You can just print money. You're the government. Great point, Victor.
we have seen how that
works. Just say that this law is mandatory. Give everybody even money. All right, got it?
We should go back to the gold standard? Gold standard? I mean...
I'm going to be frank, Trump's rhetoric around the migrant stuff is unironically indistinguishable from Nazi rhetoric. It's pretty scary just how close it is, actually. Yeah, but, like, I mean, I feel like we've got our answer to, like, what would happen if a fascist were to try to take over? Would you go along with it? The answer is, if you are conservative, then at least you know now, or you'll know in 10 years from now, oh, shit, I would have gone along with Hitler if you're a supporter of Trump right now. 100%.
Media, and you haven't done that many posts specifically calling out Russian attacks on civilian areas. You haven't called Vladimir Putin a war criminal, but you have called Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal.
No, actually we did.
Yeah.
In my very first remarks about the Ukraine war, we condemned...
Vladimir Putin's a war criminal in your view.
Yes, we did
and Bashar al-Assad's a war criminal.
Yes, in so many words. Yes, we have said as much. So
you called Netanyahu one, which I think he is.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Is Putin a war criminal?
So what we said about Putin was that his invasion of Ukraine is criminal. It's a criminal and murderous war.
And he's a war criminal who should be on trial.
Well, by implication.
You're struggling here to say...
Oof. I don't think she can go that hard on him, right? If she's getting paid and funded by him, and if they're getting the talking points from the Kremlin, they can't actually directly shut on him. It always has to be a misdirection, right? Because at the very least here, it's a criminal and murderous war. Notice how we went from, is Putin a war criminal? While the invasion of Ukraine is criminal, and the war is really bad, right? We've shifted the talking points over about being the war, right? How else could a loser of a third-party candidate from a loser third party, ever stay afloat? It's with foreign money. And that's what Jill Stein's getting.
Of Ukraine is criminal. It's a criminal and murderous war.
And he's a war criminal who should be on trial.
Well, by implication.
You're struggling here to say something very simple. This is why people have their doubts about you in Russia.
Well,
why is Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal but not Vladimir Putin?
Well, as John F. Kennedy said, we must not be afraid to. We must not negotiate out of fear, and we must not fear to negotiate. So, if you want to be an effective world leader, you don't start by
name calling. Well, then why name call Netanyahu? What does that even mean?
Name calling and hurling.
So how will the president stand negotiate with Israel then if you've called Netanyahu a war criminal?
Well, because he very clearly is a
so
war
Putin
criminal.
clearly isn't a war criminal.
Well, we don't have a decision, put it this way, by the International Criminal Court.
Yes, we do.
On
yes, actually,
his arrest.
actually, you're wrong. There's an arrest warrant for Putin. There isn't yet an arrest warrant for Netanyahu. So why is Putin not a war criminal but Netanyahu?
Did the ICC never make those arrest warrants? I thought they had. Are they just in the? Are they still in the recommendation stages? I thought there were arrest warrants. I thought it was issued for the 3 Hamas leaders and then 2 for, one for Netanyahu and 1 for Yoav Gallant. That hasn't been approved by the court? Oh. I'm filing, I remember this, applications. What was the website that we read? Oh, it was this, I think. Okay, so there haven't been arrest warrants issued yet? Okay, gotcha. All right, I remember.
Who is?
Yeah. Well, let me say this. We are sponsoring that war. We are sponsoring Netanyahu.
That's our war.
He is our dog in this fight. That is why we have a responsibility.
No disagreement
to
from me at
pull him
all.
back.
But that
With
does
Russia,
not.
Calling someone a war criminal, that shouldn't be the perspective of the United States or our relationship with them. That should be a world perspective or a UN perspective, right?
Answer my question.
With Russia, it's
whether
far
we
more
sponsor them or not is irrelevant. Either you're a war criminal or you're not. Is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
In so many words, yes, he is.
In so many words. Why does she have to say it like that? God, she's so cuck. She doesn't want to lose those paychecks.
War criminal or you're not? Is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
In so many words, yes, he is.
I don't know what so many words are. Butch, is Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
Let me say that whatever you think he is, if you want to pull him back,
I'm asking what you think.
if you are a world leader, you don't begin your conversation by calling someone a war criminal unless
so why
you
have
have
you called Biden and Netanyahu war criminals?
Because we have a clear strategy and we have a very strong support
Is
across the
Bashar
world
al-Assad and Vladimir Putin war criminals in your view?
Very strong.
Biden and Netanyahu war criminals.
Because we have a clear strategy and we have a very strong support across the world.
Is Bashar al-Assad and Vladimir Putin war criminals in your view?
I wanted to hear the Assad thing. I like the first off-stream weekly news catch-up video you did. Oh, yeah, hopefully we'll do more of those. Or I should be doing it once a week on Saturday morning. We should try to get them out like Saturday morning too, but I'll iterate on that over the next couple weeks. Jesus Christ. I got a few more open. What do we got?
We have normal sex tonight.
No. Turn yourself into a horse.
We have normal sex tonight.
No. Turn yourself into a horse.
Okay.
I'm joined today by Mark Cuban. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
So,
jeez, 1 million views in 6 hours.
My name is Brian Tyler Cohen, and if you're looking for the most watched political videos when it comes to
Jesus, how many of these are shorts? Fuck, what's the name of that stupid fucking website? Oh, view stats. Damn, 92.3 million. Holy fuck. "44-minute interview though. Fuck that.
In Moscow, shouldn't you say something about the Russian imperialists?
And in fact, I did. And had
Where?
the speech not been taken down, it lived on the internet on the RT channel. My remarks. See that
You
that
called out the
statement.
Russian.
Excuse me.
Finish.
Yes, I actually did call that out. And
Go ahead.
yes, it is a Clinton hit job. And that video was a posting on social media. The actual purpose of that visit was to address a conference of
I guess I'm gonna name the
media
new
from
weekly videos. Maybe we're still like working on the format. I'm probably gonna end up posting these weekly to the Bridges channel though instead of my main one. So I don't know what naming scheme we would use for that channel too.
around the
Well, it was
world.
a Russia Today conference, which is a propaganda channel for Putin. I mean,
Well,
it was some neutral
yes, in the
conference.
same way that the BBC is a propaganda channel for
It's not
for
the
the
same.
UK.
It's not the same way.
Yes,
It's not the same way.
we all
MSNBC is a propaganda
NPR,
channel for Team
We
Blue.
have our yes, but aren't the American people entitled to decide? What propaganda they're going to
I'm
listen
not saying
to?
you shouldn't. I'm not.
What is she? How does it feel you might have your golden play button by the end of the year? I'd need 190,000 subs. There'd have to be some crazy shit happening over the election. And I need to not get assassinated.
Yes, I actually did call that out, and yes, it is a Clinton hit job. And that video was, you know, was a posting on social media. The actual purpose of that visit was to address a conference of media from around the world.
Well, the Russia Today conference, which is a propaganda channel for Putin. I mean,
well,
it was some
yes,
conference.
in the same way that BBC is a propaganda channel for
It's not the same.
Just as a reminder, Russia Today is directed by Moscow. It takes orders from Putin's government. The BBC gets state funding, but not state direction. There's a difference between getting funding and direction. The BBC does not take state direction. PBS or NPR does not take state direction. These are very, very, very different types of things.
Yes, we all are,
MSNBC is a propaganda channel for Team Blue.
We have our, yes, but aren't the American people entitled to decide, you know, what propaganda they're going to listen to?
I'm not saying you should ban from it. I'm just wondering
when our corporate media will not cover us, yes, then we do have to embrace whatever media we can
get. You didn't
get.
feel you should criticize Putin?
Actually, I did.
To his face?
She did.
Yes,
What did you say to him?
So he was not at that conference, but he heard it.
He was sitting 3 feet away.
That was not the conference. That was a dinner afterwards. There were no translators. There was no
Vladimir
introduction.
Putin speaks English.
He was there for 5 minutes before he gave a speech in Russian. Yeah.
If Joe Biden was sitting at a table with you 5 minutes, you wouldn't call him out on Gaza?
No,
If Benjamin Netanyahu was sitting at a table with you, you wouldn't call him out?
But if
So why not
he is,
Putin?
I like how she changes it immediately. He does speak English, you know, right?
if he is unavailable, if he's across the table and there's just screaming noise, what you're going to...
The director of the BBC is appointed by the UK government, though. How would you answer that question? The chairman of the Federal Reserve is appointed by the US president. The Federal Reserve doesn't take policy direction from the US president. The BBC shouldn't be taking media direction from the prime minister or the government. That's my understanding, unless something has changed or I'm misunderstanding that.
Go shout over
You're telling me if you sat at the table with Joe Biden and Benjamin Netanyahu for 5 minutes, you wouldn't say anything
well,
to them?
This is why I made the point to focus my speech on these remarks and to criticize Russia for basically following in the U.S. footsteps by bombing Syria.
If I can understand about Russia, I'll bring you in.
Shouldn't be, but do they? Question mark. Well, I tend to wait for evidence before I make a claim, and if no evidence has been presented, I probably wouldn't just jack off, just asking questions over it. I would probably see if there's any evidence of that happening.
You weren't there with respect, Jill was. That's fair. On the day you posted that video, on the 17th of December 2015, Russian warplanes bombed a residential area in Aleppo, killed 8 people, including 4 kids. 10 days after you went to that dinner in Russia, on 20th of December, Russian warplanes bombed a marketplace in Idlib, killed over 40 Syrian people in the area. Did you ever condemn any of that?
Yes,
Did you feel bad about being in Russia, talking about peace while they're dropping bombs?
Well, that was the point. That was one of the points in my actual remarks. Well, whose has worked? Yes, but I was also on that.
Jesus.